Brock Lesnar going in, returns.
Now, see, now you did it wrong again. It's not a happy name. It's not. Hey, Brock Lesnar. We're gonna bring up Brock Lesnar. It was Mark Hunt versus Brock Lesnar. It's not Brock Lesnar. It's not here to denote happiness. I said this the day after the streak was conquered. My client is not here to put smiles on the faces of the audience. My client is here to shock the universe and put tears in the eyes of children. And when you have someone that is that level of a beast, of a conqueror, his name is not Brock Lesnar. His name is Brock Lesnar! It's visceral, it's guttural, it's aggressive, it's violent. And that is Brock Lesnar.
So even though I've butchered his name, he came back to the octagon after almost 5 years. Some people were nervous about him coming back and like, oh, what's going to happen? And he came back and he won and he conquered again. And now people are asking, is he going to keep wrestling? Is he going to go back to UFC full time? What was that weekend like for you as such a close friend of his?
I being a New York Jew boy, worry all the time to the point where the joke about me is I am the ultimate worrier. And it's just what we New York Jew boys do. We just stress over everything. And Brock in a fight with a 300-pound Samoan that has to cut weight to make 265, who has one-punch knockout power, and perhaps the best one-punch knockout power in the heavyweight division of UFC, and superior takedown defense, and the highest ratio of blocking and stuffing takedowns of any heavyweight in UFC. That's a scary proposition. I mean, stylistically, this was the worst possible fight for Brock Lesnar. This was Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm all over again. Just, if you match up the styles, this is just a nightmare scenario. And it's exactly what Brock wanted. He wanted to test himself to the utmost of UFC's ability to test Brock Lesnar. So what was it like for me? Stressful beyond any bounds of the description that I could give you. And once again, he just showed why he's a once ever athlete, and that everything that I say about him is sans embellishment or exaggeration. Everything, I have the easiest gig in the world. I talk about someone that I genuinely, legitimately believe in. And everything I say about Brock Lesnar, I actually mean. He is a once-ever athlete. He is the only athlete to hold the NCAA Division I Heavyweight Championship, the UFC Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Heavyweight Championship. We can even throw in the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. These are accomplishments that no one else has ever achieved, and there's a reason for it, because he's a once-ever athlete. He is truly unique. This microphone sucks. Is that reverb all the way out there, by the way? Yes? Where's the sound guy? The sound guy's going like this. And now let's see how smart you are, Mr. Smartass. But much better? Much better. Okay. So I was stressing the whole time, and I don't think anybody outside of Brock's immediate family was as relieved as I was when the decision went in his favor. It was just so stressful for me.
And do you think, as his advocate, that he will be back in UFC?
Well, Brock addressed that question in the post-fight press conference, which was all Brock's, and his answer was Brock Lesnar will do what Brock Lesnar wants to do. So the option is certainly there for him, and if he chooses to exercise that option, you'll see him once again in what I like to call the Brocktagon. And since UFC has been sold for $4 billion, if they try to use that word, I've already trademarked and copyrighted it myself. And if he chooses not to, then he won't.